I moved the camera when I did that. Hello, FireBreathers. So today is Saturday, June 22nd, the first full day of summer. So happy summer. Make sure I'm in the frame. Okay. So wanted to update you guys a little bit. I've been working at the computer a lot this morning, so I figured I'd just hit up a couple of the different avenues of social media and whatnot that I have and eventually get it all out there on all the different facets. I'm gonna re-download Twitter today. Hopefully by saying that to you guys, I'll remember to do that later. But so the big changes, the big switchover has officially been made. I talked about this a little bit, I believe, in a YouTube video in the past, and then I know I made a blog post about it. So just me personally and the way I'm sort of trying to run this business as well, I really don't like saying things or talking about things until they happen for sure. And in the meantime, it's, transitions aren't very good for me. So I launched the free trial for a month, which is still going on, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But then also, 6 months into running this business and loved Tribe as a gym management software, and with what I thought was going to be happening with Dracarys Fit, I loved Tribe for, having a physical location and selling merchandise, and it's awesome for that. And then obviously some things have changed and that's not the way that this is going. So in light of that, being that since I myself am sort of my own client, right? I do the workouts, I log the workouts in the same way that all my clients, all my athletes do. I have officially made the switch over to hosting Dracarys Fit on Beyond the Whiteboard. It is officially called CrossFit Beyond the Whiteboard. So it is a website, but most people are probably going to be using the app. So what's great about Beyond the Whiteboard is just in the algorithms and the way that I, as the programmer, can design the workouts, makes it easier for you as the athlete to log your scores, log your datas. You can create your own workouts pretty easily. And when you're a part of Dracarys Fit, if you create those workouts, we can see them so that there's that accountability. And anytime that you log any of the Dracarys Fit workouts, it puts you up on our leaderboard. So you can see where you stand with other, Dracarys Fit members, and you get a lot of good feedback. And as far as what are your strengths and weaknesses when it comes to the gym and training, and you can geek out about that as much as you want, or you can ignore that part of it and you just log the workouts. So with that being said, the biggest change for what I was marketing and doing with Dracarys Fit prior up until this point is that there's no longer a separate home and then a gym track. What is happening is that what I was programming for the home track on Dracarys Fit is now showing up on Beyond the Whiteboard. I'm calling it the body weight WOD. So every day that is a training day, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, there is a body weight WOD. That's always going to be the first thing to appear, and same standards as before, where it's you and your body. On occasion, a jump rope, but if you don't have a jump rope, you can do penguin flaps, and that's it. So a lot of times with body weight workouts, it calls for boxes and pull-up bars, and keeping in mind, right, that sometimes I'm in a hotel room. You're staying at the in-laws. Like, you don't even have access to that. And that's what these workouts are designed for. You've got no equipment whatsoever, but you need to sweat, you need to move, you need to do some sort of workout. Boom, there it is. So that is still a feature. They're designed to be done on their own as a great workout, or, you can do it as a finisher to the rest of the day's tasks, or you can do them as a warm-up And so pick and choose based on what you need, what you want to do. Then what was the Dracarys Fit gym track is just, again, part of the Dracarys Fit daily programming. And that is, again, my methodology of programming hasn't changed. So there is a strength component that's lifting and lifting only, whether it's an Olympic lift or whether it's power lifting. There's that component to it, followed up by metabolic conditioning or regular conditioning, right? So metabolic conditioning would be something like taking barbell movements, taking kettlebells, taking dumbbells, taking the rig with gymnastics movements, combining them all together and doing, a certain number of reps for time, or an AMRAP, or a rep scheme, or anything like that. Any combination of any movement that you can think of and doing it for exercise. There's also bodybuilding / accessory type work. Most of those are going to be programmed in circuit style, so not necessarily for time like a Metcon, but giant sets. So if we're doing bicep curls, we're doing bicep curls followed by pec flies, followed by a core movement, and then you're doing that. So not traditional bodybuilding in, I'm doing 3 sets of 10 and you're resting in between. It's all circuit style, but then again, within that, you can kind of do that however you want. That's just the way, again, I personally like the train. I think gets you the most bang for your buck. So if you've never really done supersets or giant sets in your bodybuilding training before, this is just a way to try it out and see if you like that kind of stuff. There are core specific workouts. So where you're doing some, strict toes to bar or planks and D-ball carries and D-ball cleans, anything that kind of challenges the midline, not necessarily just sit-ups, but there are a lot of sit-ups. And there's strongman type lifts. So sometimes it's called grunt work, or I give them different names, where you're doing sled pulls, sled pushes, battle ropes, hand over hand sled pulls, tire flips, yoke carries. You're not pulling a semi, but just different style training to increase your work capacity. There's just running. There's just rowing. There's just calories on the ski erg, just calories on the bike erg. Time, like 3 miles for time, stuff like that. And gymnastic skill days, isometric holds, where tasks. You're working on your ring muscle ups, you're working on your bar muscle ups, you're working on your handstand walks, you're working on your pistols. Anything that you could end up seeing in a workout, or things that are just to work on it, see where you're at. Again, my core, one of my core beliefs is that there's value in all these things, whether it's value in and of themselves or what they lend themselves to teaching you about yourself, doing something that you never thought that you could do, pushing your body just a little bit further, developing a new skill, relearning a skill that you did when you were 5 and you haven't since then. It's all in there. So, and it's with 2 modes, and I've talked about this before, 2 modes, 2 different kind of ideologies, right? So who is my demographic? Is Dracarys fit for you? So access to some equipment, whether it's a home gym, whether you're at a facility that has all of this equipment and it's just a matter of putting it together in the same corner. So that's what's available to you. Do you have Olympic lifting bars? Do you have bumper plates? Do you have a squat rack? Do you have rings? Do you have dumbbells and kettlebells? Do you have a yoke? And if you don't, right, you can just leave those components out or sub it in. Or again, if you only work out at home, but say maybe you have some dumbbells or kettlebells and resistance bands, right, like gathering dust, those can still be thrown in and you can do a lot of different things. Do you have steps in your house where if you throw tennis shoes on, you could be doing step ups? Those things count. So that's the type of environment that you're in. Are you somebody who has a weird schedule? So you can't, you never really know when you're going to be able to work out. You just want to know that you can. And whether that's working out at home or making it to a gym, you're relatively independent, right? So you can do these things on your own. You have a little bit of experience, or you have a lot of experience with all sorts of training and training methodologies. So you could do it on your own. You don't necessarily want or need the feedback, but you do need guidance in the programming. Here it is. And are you the type of person that like you have the time to do a competitive style training where you're hitting up all these different tasks? You want to do Olympic lifting, you want to do powerlifting, you want to do gymnastics, you want to do these metcons, you want to do the straight up conditioning work. Do you have the time for that? This program is designed that you could hit up all the tasks in a day, and there you go. And you won't see the same thing tomorrow. It is planned out for somebody doing the workouts, all of them, every single day. Not interested in that, don't want to work that hard, don't have the time to work that hard, don't have that endurance or capacity. You only want to do one thing. Are you a cherry picker? Admit if you're a cherry picker. This is for you. So if you want to go to the gym, but you're not quite sure what you want to do, but you don't want to do the same thing 2 days in a row, you've got an app for that now. You can walk into the gym, look, you've got 8 different things to pick from. You can pick one. What do you have time for? What do you want to do? No, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. What? No, this might be a while.
Shannon's sweeping in my clothes upstairs in my closet.
Aw, super cute.
So I tucked her in and cleaned clothes.
Aw, that was very sweet of you.
And she's not running away.
Good. So if you're a cherry picker, this is for you. You can make this a la carte. And then again, knowing that it's designed to be smart, to progress you towards your goals, to get you stronger, where you're not going to end up, benching 5 days in a row or doing shoulders, every day this week, whatever the case may be. And then again, what are your goals? Are you trying to lose weight? Then the body weight workouts, the core workouts, and the conditioning are where you're going to focus, and you'll have at least 2 of those options every single day. You're not interested in cardio. You're not trying to lean out. You're trying to get stronger, or you're trying to do more just grunt work, functional things. You can focus on those. Focus on the powerlifting. Focus on the accessory works when they come up. Focus on the grunt works. Push yourself in that way. So it's a little bit of something for everybody. And so it's not a Dracarys fit is for everybody. There are going to be some people that have no interest in anything like this, and that's perfectly fine. But if you have a grasp of these types of trainings and you want a little bit more guidance than just pulling something up off the web, this is for you. And then Beyond the Whiteboard itself has a lot of really cool features with keeping track of all the workouts that you've done in the past. So technically any workout could be considered a benchmark, because if you repeat it, you could always try to do better. And that'll all be in there for you. And it's not always necessarily about getting better or faster or stronger, right? Sometimes it's just seeing what you can maintain and your ability to track what you're doing. How did you do? How did you feel? All that stuff's in there so that you can see in the future, okay, I did this workout 2 months ago. My shoulder was injured. I'm feeling better now. Or since then, I've had knee surgery, so I'm not doing squats, and here's how I'm modifying it. It's all in there for you. And then as far as, again, me coaching goes, so it's $10 a month to have access to the Beyond the Whiteboard app. and all these workouts. So this can be as hands-off or as interactive as you would like. If you want to be sending me videos, if you want form feedback, if you want tips and advice and tricks, I am available for you. If you're independent and you just want the guidance of the programming, you want to do and log the workouts, I will cheer for you and clap for you and give you thumbs up and be supportive. And I'm happy to have you a part of the Dracarys Fit fam without any extra guidance from me whatsoever. I love seeing you guys posting your videos, tagging me and everything on Facebook and on Instagram and soon to be Twitter again. So you can, you know, again, be as active online as you want or not. So that's that, but it is all set up and ready to go. So dracarys.fit, and you'll see a header up top that says home, Dracarys Fit program, about, gallery, journal, maybe flip-flopped. But if you want, you can sign up. You process your payment that way. You'll get a welcome email talking through the steps of how you'll get your information to me so that I can get you in to be on the whiteboard. And I believe that's everything. So a nice long chat update and a little interruption about the cat sleeping in his closet. But yeah, so thanks for sticking with Dracarys Fit, for following along, spreading the word, spreading the love. And yeah, it's an unbirthday, so happy unbirthday to Dracarys Fit, and 6 months already, which is kind of cool, and looking forward to big things in the future. So happy fitnessing, attack with fire, enjoy your weekends. Questions, comments, concerns, email me at dracarysfit@gmail.com. You can hit me up on Instagram, Dracarys Fit, Facebook, Dracarys Fit. And then my German phone number, and I am on WhatsApp if you would need to text. If that's better for you, we can absolutely do that as well. Whatever you're most comfortable doing, hit me up, we'll talk. So, thank you. Like, follow, share, subscribe, spread the word, tell your friends about it, and yeah, Dracarys.